In spite of losing a 21-point lead in the second half and falling behind by 7 in overtime, the IPFW women's basketball team rallied Monday night to defeat Youngstown State 80-77 for their second win in a row. This afternoon, they go for 3 in a row when they take on Lipscomb University. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas. Welcome to IPFW basketball. I'm joined, as always, on the broadcast by Dave Scouten. And Dave, though Amy Gerald's had 25 points to lead the way, there were more than one player that contributed to the win Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night was a big night for a couple of the freshmen. Ashley Elmore's been playing pretty well down the stretch here, but she had some baskets that were just absolutely critical, as did Lindy Carey.
Well, their opponent today, Lipscomb University, they beat IPFW 3 times last year, and they come into this game with a 3-game winning streak of their own. So what do you think the key to the game is today?
Well, I think both ball clubs are looking to have a strong finish at the season, and they're going to have to take care of the basketball. The fewer the turnovers, the better the result.
Oh, it's IPFW taking on Lipscomb University. Tip-off is just ahead right here on College 56 Sports. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. This is Mike Maas along with Dave Scouten, getting ready to bring you all the action between Lipscomb University, the Bisons from Nashville, Tennessee, and the IPFW Mastodons. Lipscomb comes into this game with a mark of 10-12, having won 3 games in a row. IPFW is 5-15, having won 2 games in a row. And Dave, let's get right into our starting lineups for this afternoon's game. First, for the visitors from Lipscomb University, at one guard will be Kenda Ramsey. She's a 5'6" junior out of Gallatin, Tennessee. At the other guard will be Courtney Boynton. She is 5'9" sophomore out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Lindsay Daly is a forward, a 6-foot sophomore from Troy, Ohio. At center, and we'll be talking a lot about her this afternoon, Katie Beth Page. She's a 6'5" freshman from Norcross, Georgia. And at the other forward will be Carrie Campbell, a 5'9" junior out of Lewisburg, Tennessee. Lipscomb is coached by Frank Bennett. For the IPFW Mastodons, their starting lineup looks like this. At one guard will be Courtney Nicely, 5'8" sophomore from Lebanon, Indiana. Ashley Elmore. She's a 6'2" freshman center out of Scipio, Indiana. The other guard will be Maggie Bruning, 5'7" junior, transfer from St. Francis and graduate of Northside High School. Lindy Carey will be one forward, a freshman, 5'10" freshman from Leo High School in Leo, Indiana. And at the other forward will be Amy Geralds, 5'10" junior out of Beech Grove, Indiana, leading scorer for IPFW, averaging nearly 16 points a game. We talked about size. Ashley Elmore, 6'2" freshman. She's going to have to go up against a 6'5" freshman in Carrie Beth Pate, and Carrie Beth Pate has blocked 54 shots in 22 games.
Some other similarities in these starting lineups, Mike, and that is that there are no seniors on either team that are in the starting lineup. Each are playing some freshmen, so this should be a pretty balanced and even ball game. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I think I briefly alluded to it in the opening. Paybacks, the order of the day for IPFW, because Lipscomb University defeated the Mastodons not once, not twice, but 3 times last year.
And Lipscomb is a program similar to ours in terms of NCAA membership. They're 1 year ahead of us. They've been in the NCAA Division I 1 year longer than we have.
But they are going to be joining a conference next year, the Atlantic Sun. And
yes, they are.
Talk about that a little bit during the course of the broadcast. Opening tap is controlled by the visitors from Lipscomb. We're underway. Right off the bat, a 3-point shot is taken, and Pate with an offensive rebound. Lipscomb in the black.
Tate's a tall young lady, long arms.
They work it in, turnaround jumper, no good, and Lindy Carey gets the rebound for IPFW. Just underway here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center.
And we'll see what kind of defense Amy Gerald starts the game off for IPFW with a nice jumper from the baseline.
2-0 our score. We played about 35 seconds. Lipscomb with the basketball. Pate knocks it home, and she's fouled by Ashley Elmore. That's something that Bruce Patterson does not want to see happen.
Ashley got about a half a step behind on the defense and got the foul.
So, Carrie Beth Pate, averaging 10 points a game, makes the free throw.
She got the shooter's roll on that one.
Conventional three-point play, and the Bison take a 3-2 lead.
Amy Gerald's fired up a three, and Lindy Carey, though, had good rebound position.
Elmore from 17 feet misses, but Lindy Carey with the offensive rebound misses the putback.
That's good to see, though. Good offensive rebounding there by the Dons.
Pate way up top, and you'd like to see her standing about 30 feet away all day, but that's not going to happen. Ramsey to Pate. Knocked out of bounds by Maggie Bruning. It'll remain Lipscomb basketball. 18:43 left in the half. And she got a good look at Maggie Bruning. Point guard for IPFW. Forcing the shot up and in is Lindsay Daly. Lipscomb's come out of the chute quick.
Yes, they have, but
scored 5 straight points.
Real fast.
Courtney Nicely took the shot and was hammered. She would go to the line for 2.
Don's got the ball up the floor real quick that time, and Courtney aggressively moved to the basket and will be shooting 2.
Foul was on Carrie Campbell, her first, team first, and Courtney Nicely, who was a 76% foul shooter, knocks down the first of 2.
Looks like we're getting ready for our first substitutions, 1 for each team.
Varia Bibbs, number 42 in white for IPFW.
Monica Blake for Lipscomb.
So it is 5-4. Ball knocked out of bounds by Maggie Bruning.
Pressure defense. Yeah, the Dons are putting the defense the full 94 feet here at the beginning of the game.
Under Ramsey, their point guard, bringing it up. Watched by Nicely. Work it inside. Daly off the glass. No. Bruning with the rebound for IPFW, and the Dons are on the run. Lindy Carey fires a 3 and hits.
Good bucket.
Lindy Carey, the graduate of Leo High School, where last year she was one of the leading scorers in Indiana high school basketball. Back comes Ramsey inside to Pate. Pate puts it up off the glass, and then she all of a sudden has 5 points.
Too easy underneath. We've got to get back a little more quickly.
We're tied at 7. Nicely lost the dribble. Gerald's inside for Bruning. Left-hand layup is good. Maggie Bruning on a nice feed from Amy Gerald gets her first points of the day. 9-7. Mastodons on top. Daly looking for somebody. Pate, cross court, 3-point shot, no good. We got a whistle underneath.
Going to be on Pate for going over the back.
So Katie Beth Pate picks up her first foul, second on Lipscomb.
And she's being replaced by Angie Esther, junior 6'2" post player.
Who hurt us last year.
Yes, she did.
I remember her well in her game up here. Now Lipscomb putting on some full court pressure of their own. Nicely gets it up over midcourt. Carey's going to fire another 3 way off the mark, but Bibbs with the offensive rebound. Puts it up off the glass and in. Nice rebound and putback by Varia Bibbs.
Aggressive move at the offensive end.
Now here's a turnover. Bruning gets it to Gerald's. Bibbs from Bruning misses the shot but draws the foul. Monica Blake's going to pick up the foul.
The Dons on the offensive end so far, Mike, have been very aggressive, moving the ball sharply doing the kinds of things they need to get offensive sharpness.
Faria Bibbs knocks down the first of 2. She now has 3 points. And the Dons have a 12-7 lead. Make it 13-7. Another good free throw by the sophomore from Cleveland. Ramsey, watched by Maggie Bruning. Daly to Ramsey. Looking for the cutter. Blake, inside pass intended for Esther, knocked out of bounds, and it will be a turnover to Lipscomb. IPFW will get possession.
Good defense by Lindy Carey that time, pressuring the ball handler in a bad pass.
Courtney Nicely, sophomore from Lebanon, Indiana, with the basketball. Driving on Ramsey, forces it up, no good. Bibbs with another offensive rebound. Amy Geralds for 3. 5 points for Amy Geralds. And it's a good start for IPFW, up 16-7 at the 16-minute mark.
Couldn't be much better for the first 4 minutes.
Daly to Ramsey. Blake inside, loses the ball. They say it's knocked out of bounds. And we have immediate timeout. 15:50 left here in the opening half. Our score, IPFW 16, Lipscomb 7. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
You may have noticed IPFW's basketball games are a lot more fun this year, thanks to our very own Fest Band. Hi, I'm Krista Markham.
I'm Matt Ehrman. And I'm Barry Sturgill, Stop Band Director. The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join.
This is a great chance to be a part of a new tradition at IPFW and meet lots of great people, too.
So dust off those jumpers, pull the boots out of the attic, and join us at the next game.
Call 260-481-6166 for more information on how you can share your school spirit and IPFW pride.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Maas, Dave Scouten with you here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. 15 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first half, and IPFW out to a 9-point lead, 16-7.
Yeah, very good shooting by the Dons. 50% overall, 50% from the three-point, and perfect from the free throw line.
And Lipscomb is 43% from the floor on 3 of 7 shooting. They're 0 for 2 from behind the arc, 1 of 1 at the stripe. IPFW also out rebounding Lipscomb so far, 7-2, keyed by Maria Bibbs and Lindy Carey. It'll be Mastodon basketball. Maggie Bruning be picked up by Courtney Boynton. Kicks it off to Bibbs and knocks her hands and out of bounds. Turnover for IPFW.
Perhaps a little over anxious and going down the lane that time.
Hillary O'Connell, freshman from Warsaw, checks into the lineup for the first time today.
And Ashley Elmore's coming back in for Vera Bibbs.
Faria Bibbs checks out with 4 points and 2 big offensive rebounds.
Yeah, she was really active inside.
Boynton with a basketball. Has it stolen by Maggie Bruning. Maggie will take it in and lay it off the glass. Steal and layup for Maggie Bruning. She now has 4 points, and it's an 18-7 Mastodon lead.
The last time Lipscomb attempted to come down the court, there was a trap at midcourt like that time, although they handled the ball that time a little bit better.
Ramsey, watched by O'Connell, drives on O'Connell, kicks it off underneath. Shot missed by Boynton, but we got a whistle and a foul going the other way.
Over the back call on number 20, Courtney Boynton.
Her first, team 4th at the 15-minute mark. Tiara Dudley, 5'10" senior from Cincinnati, replacing Lindy Carey for the Mastodons. She will inbound the basketball. O'Connell up over midcourt. Gerald's wide open 3, yes.
She feels it today.
Amy Gerald's now with 8 points. She's 3 of 4 from the field.
2 of 3 from the three-point line.
And it's a 14-point lead. Never thought we'd be up by 2 touchdowns.
Again,
5.5 minutes in. Now another loose ball.
trapping defense on the sideline.
Lipscomb recovers. No, they got the numbers. Blake blocked by Elmore, out of bounds.
Nice hustle. Actually came from nowhere.
See a good look at head coach Bruce Patterson briefly. Substitutions. Lynn Roller, number 22, is in. Lynn is a 5'8" sophomore from Nashville, and Katie Beth Pate comes back in a hurry. Bison basketball. Ramsey nearly loses it. Now she does lose it.
Things got pretty congested.
O'Connell, it's 2-on-3. Gerald's give and go. Dudley, double team, looks for Elmore underneath. Nearly a travel, and now she throws it away.
Second turnover by the Lady Dons.
You got a brief look at Frank Bennett, the veteran coach for Lipscomb. Comes into today's game with 497 wins as a coach.
He's been at it a long time. All at Lipscomb.
Nice pick there set by Campbell. Logan moving around the horn. Looking inside for Pate. And they're going to call the second foul on Elmore. Reaching over. That's going to be a key.
Lipscomb had a little better patience that time on their offense. Moved the ball around quickly and found the opening in the middle.
So with 13:40 to go in a half, Ashley Elmore has to sit down with 2 fouls. We'll see how long she sits. Bibbs back in the lineup. Oh, off the inbounds pass. Campbell wide open. Makes it 21-9. Favor of IPFW. Gerald's forces a shot and draws the foul.
She'll go to the free throw line.
I'm going to call the foul on Lynn Roller. Her first. Team's 5th. 5 different players with 1 foul each for Lipscomb in the early going. And Amy Gerald's had 25 points in the win Monday night. Knocks down the first free throw. She gets 1 more. Jenny Green at the scorer's table will be replacing Amy. She makes the next one. And she misses.
Amy didn't want to come out.
Wants an extra PT. Rebound brought down by Renee Logan. Roller inside feed for Campbell. Off the glass. No. Bruning with another rebound for IPFW. Quickly outlets it to O'Connell. Bibbs in a low post. Wants to drive, and they're going to call offensive foul on Maria Bibbs. Kind of acted a little bit too. Everyone knew she wanted to take it down. Her first, team 3rd. Now Jenny Green comes in for Amy Gerald's. 13:02 left here in the first half. 22-9 our score. IPFW on top. Trying for win number 6 on the season, but 3rd in a row. Roller looking for somebody.
The Dons are very aggressive on the defense.
Campbell misses. Pate with the putback, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and they say off of Pate last. And there's a case where he had the long arms, but just didn't have control of the basketball.
Pate and her teammate Boynton were both going after the ball that time.
Bruning watched by Logan. Looking for a cutter. Bibbs wants to drive on Pate. Left-hand shot, no. Rebounded by Renee Logan. Here come the Bison on the attack. Campbell way up top. Now we got a whistle away from the ball. And Varia Bibbs picks up her second foul. So now you got a little problem with basically your two of your tallest players have 2 fouls apiece. We'll see freshman Kelly Boyd the next dead ball.
So far, Lipscomb very definitely looks inside.
Nice little jumper by Renee Logan, her first points of the day, and the lead is now 11 at 22-11 as we reach the 12-minute mark. Bruning. Jenny Green. Pass. Dudley has it knocked away by Pate. And it'll be IPFW basketball when we return. But there's a timeout on the floor. 11:51 to go. Our score, IPFW 22, Lipscomb 11. Let's take a break. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
Going to college is something many people plan and save for, but in these days of tight budgets, that can be a scary proposition. And what about colleges and universities themselves? How do they face budget crunches? Is there anything the institutions or their alumni can do to get more funding? I'm Jeanette Liu, and I'll have the answers to these and other questions on this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Miles, Dave Skelton with you. And Doc, we had talked before the game off air that one of the things that would help IPFW is if they can get off to a good start shooting-wise. And here, just over 8 minutes in, they're still hitting 50% of their shots on the floor.
And they have had only 2 turnovers. We're halfway through the first half almost. That's a really good sign. They've been very aggressive on the defensive end and moving the ball well on the offensive end.
Well, right now they are being led by Amy Gerald. She's got 9 points, 3 or 4 from the floor, 2 or 3 from long distance. But she's back in the ball game, and she will inbound the basketball for the Mastodons.
Lipscomb falls back into his own defense on this out of bounds.
Dudley just inside the arc, off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Courtney Boynton. Here comes Logan.
And we've got 2 6'5" centers going against each other at the moment in the ball game.
It's Pate, watched by Kelly Boyd. 3-point shot, in and out, no good. Campbell with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled going back up. She will shoot 2.
Kelly Boyd got caught reaching and slapping at the ball that time.
That is her first, team 5th. And on the bad side, it's been all the tall players with the fouls.
Yes, all the inside.
So Carrie Campbell at the line. Knocks down the first. She's a 59% free throw shooter coming into the game today. Perfect on both of these, however. She now has 4 points. Kendra Ramsey back in the lineup, replacing Lynn Roller. And that gives Lipscomb also the substitution a chance to go into their full court defense. Dudley going to look for somebody, and she took too long. 5-second violation.
Yeah, wasn't ready for the pressure defense.
So now Lipscomb gets a chance to put some more points on the board. They get the ball in. Boynton. Logan wants to drive on O'Connell. Kicks it back out. Campbell for 3, no good. Loose ball picked up by Maggie Bruning. She outdueled Pate. Nice little jumper by Hillary O'Connell was good. The freshman from Warsaw with her first 2 points, and the lead back up to 11 at 24-13.
Nice look by Maggie Bruning coming down court quickly when she got the pass off.
Logan watched by O'Connell. Ramsey wants to drive on Bruning. Off the glass, no good. Campbell with the offensive rebound. Now the Bison are starting to hit the boards hard.
Campbell especially, she's having her way inside to rebound.
Ball knocked away by Dudley. Out of bounds, it'll remain in the possession of Lipscomb. Lindy Carey now back in the IPFW lineup for Tiara Dudley. And Renee Logan will inbound it right in front of us for the Bison. Logan up top. Lob pass for Campbell underneath. Off the glass and in. Good move by Carrie Campbell.
Yeah, she's got a real nice touch underneath when she gets the ball in heavy traffic.
Lead down to 9. O'Connell comes back with another jumper.
She's found her spot over there.
Back-to-back jumpers for Hillary O'Connell. And we've reached the halfway mark of the first half, and it's 26-15. IPFW with the lead. Ramsey looking for Pate. Has it knocked away. It will be Lipscomb basketball, and now 3 new players come in. Blake, Daly, and Esther.
Bruce Patterson trying to influence the coaches or the officials' call here, but it's Lipscomb ball.
Ramsey gets it in. Boynton for 3. Off the mark, and Bruning is knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Esther. Maggie Bruning got a reprieve there. She lost control of the ball for a moment.
Got a nice break. Now the Dons can come down and set up that offense again.
And they're going to face the pressure from Lipscomb. And now they drop back a little bit. Bruning watched by Boynton. O'Connell, who's hit her last 2 shots. Cross court to Carey.
In fact, O'Connell's had the only 2 shots for the Dons to go in.
And now we got a whistle underneath. Let's see who they call.
I think on 44. Yeah.
Angie Esther picks up her first foul, team 6th. 1 more and IPFW will be in the bonus.
Both players were bouncing each other around a little bit in there.
Carey gets the inbound pass from Geralds. Now Bruning wants to drive on Ramsey. And is fouled by Ramsey. Let's see if they call it shooting or non-shooting. Oh, it's going to be 1 and 1 at least, yeah. So Ramsey picks up the foul, her first. Team 7th. And nicely back in the lineup for O'Connell. And Maggie Bruning at the line, shooting 1 and possible bonus. She's improved on her free throw shooting as of late.
She's been very key this week particularly.
Makes the first. It was her free throw with 14 seconds left that forced overtime Monday night against Youngstown State.
And then her 2 free throws that gave us the lead in overtime.
Second free throw good as well. Dons are 7 of 8 rather from the stripe. And they're up by a baker's dozen, 28-15, 9:10 to go. Boynton's gonna fire a 3. No good, underneath. Offensive putback, drawing the foul was Daly.
Lindsay Daly's a 6-foot sophomore. Had good rebound position that time and got the putback and the foul.
Foul's called on Lindy Carey, and it's almost unexcusable to have 2 players there and get taken out. Daly makes the free throw. She now has 5 points, and it's a 10-point lead, 28-18. Carey fires a 3, it hits.
That right side's being left wide open. They trap with a 2-person pressure out front, and that's good for IPFW so far.
They are 4 of 6 from long distance here. Whistle as they're jostling underneath. And they're going to call Carey for another foul. It's her second, team 7th. So Lipscomb will go to the line for 1 in a bonus. Angie Esther, 62% at the stripe this year. In and out, no, but Daly with an offensive rebound. Misses it, and Bruning pulls it down.
That time Carey held her position and didn't give ground, didn't try to stop the shot, just held it up.
Maggie Bruning from long distance. 9 points for the junior.
And awfully good shooting from the 3-point arc by the Dons.
5 of 7 for 71%. The biggest lead, 34-18. 3-pointer no good, but there's Blake fighting for it. Daly up and in. Not make a Boynton rather.
Boynton and Daly both have been very active inside there, keeping Lipscomb in the game.
Geralds. Back up top to Maggie Bruning. Back to Amy Jefferson. Fakes the 3. 12-footer off the rim, no. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Blake, but yeah, they're going to call it IPFW ball. And we've got another immediate timeout. 7:43 left until halftime. Mastodons lead 34-20. We'll take a break. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
That vote was all right. But the next one. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
You're looking at the IPFW bench. 7:43 left here until halftime. Mike Miles, Dave Scouten with you here at the Heritage Gate Sports Center. Mastodons enjoying a 14-point lead, 34-20. And the main reason is they're hitting their shots.
Yes, they are. They're over 50% overall and 5 for 7. Phenomenal for the three-point line.
Lipscomb, on the other hand, is 0 of 7 from behind the arc. So that's a 15-point swing right there.
And that's just about all you need right here.
It'll be IPFW basketball. Amy Gerald's will inbound it. Gets it to Dudley. Carey wants to drive. Instead gives it off to Courtney Nicely, who misses. Monica Blake pulls down the rebound. Here come the Bison. Ramsey. Kendra Ramsey gives it off to Daly. Cross court passing. Ramsey, and they're taken away by Geralds. Nice steal by Amy Geralds. Inside feed to Dudley, and does she travel or does she get the foul? They say that she drew the foul.
Yeah.
Pate draws it. That's her second. Team 8th. Logan back in the lineup now for Lipscomb. At the stripe to shoot 1 in bonus will be Tiara Dudley.
Logan is the lone senior on the Lipscomb team.
Just as Tiara Dudley is for IPFW. T, as she sometimes is called, 61% shooter. Hits that one, and boy, they've been hitting their free throw stock.
Yes, they've hit everything very, very well. And they need to take advantage of it because build that as much as you can. As we saw Monday night, a 21-point lead can evaporate.
Second free throw, also good for Dudley, and the Mastodons are 9 of 10 at the foul line. They put on some pressure of their own. Logan gets by Geralds. Inside feed to Pate, or make it Esther. Angie Esther gets her first field goal of the afternoon. And it's 36-22, so we're under 7 minutes. Inside feed to Bruning, and she loses it. Carey picks it up, however. Dudley underneath on the feed for Maggie Bruning for 2.
Nice speed, nice cut by Tiara.
Dudley now with 4 points. Daly working on the perimeter. Logan. Inside for Esther. Angie misses the shot but draws the foul. And she will shoot 2. Foul's going to be on Tiara Dudley. Her first, team 8th.
This is just about as good a 14 minutes of basketball as the Lady Dons have played probably all year.
I think so.
And
yeah.
if they can maintain it.
I think the only negative is that right now they're being out-rebounded 14-11. But they're up on the scoreboard. First free throw gets a friendly bounce, does Angie Esther.
She used the entire rim that time and got it to fall in.
Jessica Ramey, freshman out of West Noble High School, replaces Maggie Bruning. Second free throw coming for Esther. She gets the friendly bounce there too.
2 times in a row.
Yep, she now has 4 points. 14-point lead for IPFW. Ramey looking for somebody, and she throws it away. Here comes Kendra Ramsey. And they got a 3-second call. Boy, you don't see that very often.
Well, the coaching staff was asking for that the last possession, so they got them to look for it this time.
8th turnover now for Lipscomb. IPFW in the home white with the basketball. Nicely. Working around the horn to Gerald's. Inside feed pass too hard for Dudley, picked off by Esther.
And that's 2 possessions in a row with a turnover. They've got to keep it under control.
Ramsey for 3, no good. Nicely pulls down the rebound. Here comes the sophomore from Lebanon. Geralds wants to drive baseline, has her shot blocked, gets it back. Carey stops and pops, misses. And she's going to be called for a reach-in foul. And that is her 3rd. It'll bring O'Connell in off the bench. 19th foul. We'll send Renee Logan to the line as you look at the IPFW Brain Trust.
14-point lead for the Dons, but yet no look of panic yet in the faces of Lipscomb. They're hanging in there.
They're confident to come in here on a 3-game winning streak of their own. Logan buries the first. 3rd point of the day for the senior out of Lynchburg, Tennessee. A lot of arc on that free throw.
You mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Mike, about the Lipscomb coach approaching 500 victories. I would suspect after that length of time and that number of victories, he won't let a team panic.
Gerald's had a little bit of trouble getting it in, but now we've got it. Ramey throws it away, almost throws it away. Campbell couldn't hold on to it. Typical freshman move there twice now by Jessica Ramey. Hate to say it, but it's the truth.
A little over anxious.
Amy Geralds, the junior, will inbound it. To O'Connell. Back to Amy for 3. No, but Nicely gets the rebound and puts it up and in. Courtney Nicely now with 4 points.
Nice follow by Courtney.
40-26, the lead back up to 14. Boynton looking for Esther down low, can't find her. Brings it back out, now O'Connell takes it, actually more of a bad pass to Logan.
Yeah.
But Hillary O'Connell takes it and lays it up and in.
Take advantage of every opportunity.
6 points now for Hillary O'Connell with 4.5 to go. It's a 16-point lead, 42-26 for the Mastodons.
9th turnover by Lipscomb.
Boynton, watched by Amy Geralds. Almost has it stolen by Amy Geralds. Gets it to Campbell. Nice move off the glass and in. Carrie Campbell now with 8 points. Near the 4-minute mark. Nicely wants to drive, stop, pops, and misses.
Ooh, there was halfway down.
Boynton pulls down the rebound, but that thing was, like you say, at least halfway down the cylinder.
Ought to get a point for that.
Wish they would give it to us. Cross-court pass. Campbell back up top. Roller for 3.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. They're going to hit one of them.
First 3-point field goal today for Lipscomb. They had missed their first 8. 42-31, under 3.5 minutes to go in a half. Ramey thought about a 3. Fires a 2 instead, misses. Campbell with a rebound.
And we had no rebounders that time.
Palming the basketball. Violation.
You don't see that.
Number 10 on Lipscomb. We got a timeout on the floor. 3:12 left until the halftime intermission. Our score, IPFW 42, Lipscomb 31. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports. Mastodon in attendance here today at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Also, we are as well. Mike Maz, Dave Scouten with you. 3:12 left until our halftime intermission. Mastodons still shooting well from the floor, but they lead by 11.
And they're 9 of 10 from the free throw line, so shooting has been very, very good for them today. And other than the three-point shooting, Lipscomb's not shooting too badly.
As you said off the air, Dave, they're hanging in there.
Yeah, they're hanging close.
It'll be Mastodon basketball. Amy Gerald's inbounds it to Bruning, who's back in for Ramey. Elmore's back in the lineup as well with 2 fouls. Pass stolen. Campbell fouled by Gerald's. Wondered if she was going to foul her, if she's going to let her go.
Well, lucky she didn't get called on her about at midcourt, but yeah, she got her. So there'll be 2 free throws shot here by Carrie Campbell.
She's already 2 of 2 at the line today. Make it 3 of 3. She now has 9 points. She get a look at the battle of the big gals. Misses the second nicely with a good positioning to get that rebound. 10-point IPFW lead.
Looks like
O'Connell.
Lipscomb's in a zone defense at the moment.
3-second call on IPFW. So each team's been hit for that 3-second call.
Yeah. Another turnover for the Dons.
And briefly saw Bruce Patterson, as all good coaches do, try to work an official.
Lipscomb with the first opportunity to get that lead in single digits for the first time in a long time.
Ramsey was back in, watched by nicely. Roller. Boynton now trying to do some pointing, maneuvering. Roller. Forces a 3 up, off the mark. Bruning comes down with the rebound. Good defense by the Mastodons there.
Yeah, I think the shot clock was becoming a factor for Lipscomb.
Gerald fires a 3 off the mark. Elmore with the offensive rebound and has it taken away, and they're going to call.
Jump ball. Alternate possession to go to the Dons.
Comes with 2:01 left in the half. Got a momentary delay. Bruce Patterson up, wanting to have the officials check about whether or not the shot clock should be reset to 35 or not.
They've decided no.
They say no. So the shot clock stands at 19. Bruning forces it up, no good, no foul called underneath. Lipscomb with the rebound, and they're on the attack. Kendra Ramsey. Campbell up top, looking for Pate down low if they can find her. Boynton on the wing. Now Pate gets it off the glass, and she draws the 3rd Elmore foul.
Ooh, fouls are going to mount up here and be a problem.
So Elmore has 3. Carey has 3. Faria Bibbs is going to check in for Elmore, and she has 2.
Yeah.
And Katie Beth Pate, 6'5" freshman. We said at the outset, she's got 54 blocks. Misses the first of 2. Pate on the year averaging 10 points a ball game and just under 8 rebounds. She's only a 45% free throw shooter, however.
She was very weak on that first one and short. Next one's perfect.
Kiss of death. I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. There's that lead under 10 with 1.5 minutes to go.
1:33 left in the half. The lead is down to 9 at 42-33.
The Dons need a good possession here.
Culminated by a score.
That would help.
Gerald's watched by Campbell, wants to drive baseline, kicks it back out, or brings it back out. Pass intended for O'Connell, and they say off of Hillary last. It's turnover
Number 8.
Number 8.
And we went, about halfway through this first half and only had 2?
Nearly a turnover that time. Yes, they are. They're just going to say IPFW basketball.
Yeah.
Good hustle by Amy Geralds. Forces the 10th turnover on Lipscomb. So the Mastodons with 1:12 left.
Again,
we'll get the ball. They haven't changed the shot clock because they're changing possession. But they're showing 28 seconds on the shot clock, but Lipscomb had possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure in this
I don't know
case.
what the problem is.
You have to reset. There we go.
The officials get it right. It's nice to see when they get together and make sure they get the right call. Bruning on the inbounds pass. Fires up a 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Campbell, and boy, she's been a tigress on the boards this first half.
All of a sudden, that shooting touch has gone to the wayside.
Hillary O'Connell with a steal.
Nice defense.
Under a minute, Maggie kicks it out to Amy Geralds for 3. Yes! Third 3 for Amy Geralds here in the first half. She now has 12 points overall.
The Dons are 6 for 11 from the three-point line, even though their other shooting is dropping off a little bit.
Boynton wants to drive on nicely. And then they're going to call a foul on Courtney Nicely. That is her first.
32.4 seconds to go in the first half.
The bad part is we're in the double bonus, so
Yes.
Courtney Boynton is going to get 2 free throws regardless. Makes the first. She now has 3 points. And the Bison are 11 of 14 at the foul line. That's helping to keep them in this ball game. One more free throw coming for the leading scorer for Lipscomb. She makes it.
And we're back to that 10-point lead. Each team will have at least one possession yet here in this first half.
We've got a 30-second timeout. Gives us time to tell you to learn more about Mastodon sports in season by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday evening here in College 56. The hour starts off with yours truly, Mike Maas, reviewing the week's sports activities. We look at game footage and talk with coaches and players. That's Mastodon Spotlight, Wednesday and Friday evenings at 9 p.m. right here on College 56. Well, 32.4 seconds left. I have to be honest, I'm not sure which team called the timeout.
I think maybe IPFW did. Wanted to set up their offense, get the ball inbounds.
There's a 2.4 second differential, shot clock, game clock. Women's is 30, men's is 35. Geralds gets it into Bruning. And now Maggie Bruning will bring it up. Going to be hounded by Renee Logan.
They need to run their offense.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Logan. Remains in possession of IPFW. 17 on the shot clock. 19.4 on the first half game clock. 45-35. Mastodons on top by 10. They've led most of the way here in the first half. Bruning has it knocked away.
And I think it was off of her hip, but no, maybe not. Off the Lipscomb player.
They say Mastodon ball. 10 on the shot clock, 11.6 on the game clock. Geralds looking, gets it nicely. Courtney threads her way in, pops it, no good. Bibbs with the offensive rebound, and back up in it, no. Missed that one, another shot, no good. And we've got a foul called underneath. Daly is going to be called for her first foul. Team 9th. Courtney nicely at the line.
Couldn't quite get it to roll.
Dudley back in the lineup for Bibbs with 3.7 seconds left.
Yeah, it's a good move. Don't want Vieira to get a third foul here in the last 3.5 seconds.
Nicely going for point number 5, and she gets it.
Timeout by Lipscomb.
Yep.
And they'll set up what their strategy will be for these last 3.7 seconds.
Okay, Coach. 3.7 seconds left. Your team's down by 11. You still got time with a good pass. You can get a good shot off. What do?
We may have to look for number 22, Roller's the only one that's hit a 3. I don't know whether she's in the lineup at the moment or not. But they've got 2 or 3 kids that can shoot that 3. I would guess they'll try to get a good long pass down. Although defensively, IPFW will try to probably get them to have to put the ball in play down in the back foot and use up that precious time.
Campbell will inbound it. Campbell, Logan, Daly, Boynton, and Esther on the floor for Lipscomb. Dudley, Bruning, Nicely, O'Connell, and Gerald's for IPFW. Daly, Boynton, and they get the shot off, and it counts.
Oh my goodness.
Esther,
oh my goodness. Was that ever perfect?
They make the bucket at the buzzer to draw within 9 at the break, 46-37.
Absolutely no time left on the clock when that shot was put up.
Well, it's halftime. We're going to take a break, but we invite you to watch Spotlight on IPFW. An up-close look at some of the hidden treasures on our campus. Our spotlight today is shining brightly on the Center for Reptile and Amphibian Conservation and Management, directed by Professor Bruce Kingsbury.
This is something most people will never see.
This is a timber rattlesnake. This is our biggest poisonous snake, but it is also relatively uncommon, and it occurs in some of the forested hills of southern Indiana. This is a male, so this is a smallish male. They get quite a bit bigger than this.
Biology professor and herpetologist Bruce Kingsbury never outgrew his childhood love of creepy crawly things and has made the study of endangered reptiles and amphibians in the Midwest his career focus. That interest led him to want to start some sort of conservation center on campus. A discussion with Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs Susan Hanna resulted in him submitting a proposal for what is now one of several centers of excellence at IPFW, the Center for Reptile and Amphibian Conservation and Management, otherwise known as the HERP Center. The mission of the HERP Center is to promote the conservation and understanding of reptiles and amphibians through research, education, and outreach.
We conduct a variety of research projects on species that are endangered at some level in the Midwest, and a lot of times what we're doing is finding out about their basic ecology, what their habitat needs are, how they move around, what sort of impacts there are in terms of human activity, and then we work with agencies such as the Fish and Wildlife Service or the Department of Natural Resources to try to figure out what might be done a little bit differently to help protect those animals.
The main focus of the HERP Center's research is on endangered reptiles of the Midwest. Studies have been conducted on many species of turtles, frogs, toads, salamanders, and snakes. Today, we're focusing on the snakes. We've already seen a timber rattlesnake, which is generally found in south-central Indiana in the Bloomington area. Now it's time for another species of rattlesnake, the eastern Massasauga, which is found in northern Indiana.
Massasauga lives in wetlands which are kind of mucky and hard to walk through, and not that many people go out in them. And they're also rare, and so we don't see them very often. Even those of us who study them struggle to find them. We have a bias that benefits us in terms of finding them, and that we use radio telemetry to track them around. This not only allows us to find the same animal over and over again for years at a time, it also leads us to other individuals. With a snake, we definitely have some problems. There isn't much of a neck, and in fact, if you did put something on the outside of the snake, they would have trouble crawling around because they are reliant on their slender body form to get around the way they do. And because of that, we place the transmitters internally in the snake. We actually do a surgical operation, and the antenna runs up underneath the skin. And when we're done, you can't tell that the transmitter's in there.
In addition to doing research on endangered species, the Herb Center also does projects which involve GIS, or Geographic Information Systems. GIS provides a computer-based multi-layered picture of an area of interest, which allows an investigator to examine how different spatial features interact. As an example, here's an aerial photograph of a specific area. Another layer shows the different kinds of habitat at the site, and the final layer shows the location of animals found there. Kingsbury says having this information on the computer helps researchers figure out what's going on across the landscape. One of the things the center is asked to track is pollution.
There's different kinds of pollution. There's point source pollution and there's non-point source pollution. And what we're helping these agencies with is methods for visualizing the non-point source pollution.
What is non-point source solution?
That's pollution where you, like runoff from agricultural fields or something like that, where you don't have a pipe or something like that, where you can go there and say, yeah, this is where this pollutant is coming from. In fact, it's distributed across an entire watershed, and it's only by looking at the whole thing that you can actually see where the problem is.
The center also maintains a website at herbcenter.ipfw.edu, which is filled with educational and outreach information.
We as a public should care about wildlife and about doing what we can to protect it. And if we do the work to figure out how to protect things, we often find that it doesn't take that much of an effort on our part to protect these kinds of animals. Often it's just minor adjustments in terms of timing or in terms of land use, and that we can largely go about our business. A lot of people are afraid of snakes, and typically that's really unfounded. And it could be because of some experience that they had when they were younger. It could be because of some biblical implications of what snakes are or what they represent. And a lot of times it's because snakes are a little bit unpredictable and strange looking because they have no legs, and what is strange to us might also make us afraid. But most of the snakes, in fact, in terms of a count of snakes, I'd say almost all snakes are totally harmless, and that if anything they might bite you if you pick them up. But even that would be, I'd rather get a snake bite than a scraped knee or something like that. And with regard to the poisonous snakes, what we have found, and what others have found as well, is that these snakes are not aggressive, and in fact, unless you catch them out in the open, they'll do everything that they can to stay hidden. And you can stand next to them, you can step over them, you can even bump them, and they'll hold still and they'll just hope that you don't notice them. They're very intent on staying hidden, and they would rather just have you keep going the way you were going and not mess with you than vice versa.
And for Kingsbury, the best part will always be working with the creepy crawlies.
Dr. Linda Wright Bauer has been the Director of Music Therapy at IPFW since 1986. While her classes prove to be anything but ordinary, her students enjoy the hands-on experience.
I have a slightly different approach to teaching. I really believe that you need to experience things before you can truly understand.
While receiving numerous awards for her teaching, Dr. Wright Bauer still finds that her students' impressions reward her the most.
They say things like, I really enjoyed the drumming, and I have friends. I mean, I really want to be here because I want to be with these people. Often we'll do an experience in class that touches somebody in a really profound and personal way.
As fun as her classes are, she knows what her students need.
We're trying very hard to prepare the students for the jobs of the future.
This has been an IPFW Faculty Minute.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
8 years ago, John Knight joined the Department of Consumer and Family Sciences at IPFW. He developed an innovative curriculum which allows his hotel restaurant students to gain invaluable experience.
That allows the students to get into the community and be an outreach, bringing industry and education together.
His students partake in serving and managing at several area hotels and restaurants for one night through each semester.
I always say Jesus came not to be served, but to serve, and so we really care about the customer and the guest, and we teach that in the classroom, and the students are exposed to all areas of hospitality.
John's knowledge and enthusiasm for teaching gives his students many advantages, including the opportunity to travel.
We've had students travel really worldwide through these opportunities that are afforded, because we do make some money when the sponsorships are healthy and the dinners go well.
This has been an IPFW Faculty Minute. The right school, right here, right now.
You may have noticed IPFW's basketball games are a lot more fun this year, thanks to our very own pep band. Hi, I'm Krista Markham.
I'm Matt Ehrman. And I'm Barry Sturgill, Stop Band Director. The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join.
This is a great chance to be a part of a new tradition at IPFW and meet lots of great people, too.
So dust off those trumpets, pull the flutes out of the attic, and join us at the next game.
Call 260-481-6166 for more information on how you can share your school spirit and IPFW pride.
Going to college is something many people plan and save for, but in these days of tight budgets, that can be a scary proposition. And what about colleges and universities themselves? How do they face budget crunches? Is there anything the institutions or their alumni can do to get more funding? I'm Jeanette Liu, and I'll have the answers to these and other questions on this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume. Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, live to the Hilliard Gage Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maz, Dave Skelton with you here this afternoon. It's halftime of our encounter featuring the Bison of Lipscomb University and the IPFW Mastodons. And at the break, the home team is up by 9, 46-37. And Dave Skelton, we talked about just a moment ago off air, we shot the ball well, and for 14 minutes played extremely well.
Yes, we did. It was a very good ball game, both ends of the court. Lipscomb never gave up, though. They just hung in there, and we had, maybe a 16-point lead late in that first half, and just they've hung around.
Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers here in the first half. When you look at the shooting percentages, for a long time, IPFW was over 50%, but they're at 43% right now, 15 of 35. Lipscomb, 41% at 12 of 29. Three-point field goal shooting, and that basically is the difference right now. IPFW, 6 of 11. Lipscomb only 1 of 9. And assists, you see IPFW up 9-7. The Bison about rebounded the Mastodons 19-18. Free throws, both teams shooting well at the stripe. Lipscomb 12 of 15 for 80%, IPFW 10 of 12 for 83%, and turnovers. And it's been a big concern of the IPFW coaching staff. IPFW only turning the ball over 8 times in the first half as compared to 11 for Lipscomb.
And that anytime you can get the assists ahead of the turnovers, you've got a positive for the game. And so far we have 9 assists is very good.
Taking a look at the individual numbers, IPFW is led by Amy Geralds, 12 points, 4 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 6 from long distance, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. She's the only Mastodon in double figures. 9 points for Maggie Bruning, 6 points apiece from Lindy Carey and Hillary O'Connell, 5 points from Courtney Nicely, 4 points apiece from Tiara Dudley and Faria Bibbs. Lipscomb has nobody in double figures. They are led by Carrie Campbell, who has 9 points, 3 of 6 on the floor, 3 of 4 at the foul line. 6 points apiece from Katie Beth Pate and Angie Esther, the 2 big gals underneath. 5 points from Lindsay Daly. 4 points apiece from Courtney Boynton, their leading scorer, who's averaging 12 points a game on the year. And Renee Logan. 3 points from Lynn Roller. And Ramsey and Blake have played but not scored.
Yeah, for the Lipscomb Bison, they've had 9 people play. 7 of them have scored. So they've spread it around.
Foul trouble is a concern. Elmore, who's going to start the second half, as all the starters are in the lineup for the Mastodons, has 3. Bibbs has 2. Gerald's 1. Carey has 3. Nicely has 1.
Lipscomb will have the first possession in the second half.
And it'll be Courtney Boynton inbounding it to Ramsey, and right off the bat it's kicked, so we'll do it again. And what do you think's going to happen here in the second half?
Well, I think it's one of those situations where IPFW needs to maintain the very strong first half and the positives they had going, and hope that Lipscomb doesn't come out and catch fire from the shooting.
Boynton going to run a little weave. Ramsey lobs it into Pate over the arms of Carrie, no good, but Carrie Campbell is the offensive putback.
She has really been active underneath there.
It's now a 7-point game, 46-39. Carey was cut off. Elmore from long distance, no good. Campbell with the rebound, and here come the Bison on the attack. First 5 minutes, so critical.
Yeah, it's important that IPFW play some good defense now. Don't give them anything easy.
Campbell wants the ball on the post. A little 2-man game here. Boynton. 8 in the shot clock. Campbell turns around, long distance shot, no good. Pate with those long arms gets the rebound and puts it up and in.
Yeah, the rebounding situation is going to be critical.
Bison have outscored the Dons 4-0 to start this second half. Nicely misses the shot. Boynton with the rebound.
All of a sudden, we've got a 5-point game.
Pate underneath, misses the shot, gets the rebound, misses again. Carey comes down with the board, and the Dons dodge 2 bullets there.
Tate is not a real strong player. Oops, and there we go with the turnover. Can't get in too big a hurry.
Faria Bibbs in the lineup, replacing Elmore. IPFW now 9 turnovers. Campbell to inbound it for Lipscomb. And the Dons come up with full court pressure. Ramsey almost being hugged by Amy Geralds for a moment.
Yeah. She could tell what kind of gum she was chewing, couldn't she?
46-41, the lead. I think was as high as 16. I think maybe once 18 points, down to 5. Geralds with the steal. Bruning 3-on-1. Carey off
bucket.
The glass and in.
Big bucket.
Lindy Carey now with 8 points. Lead back up to 7 at 48-41. Good court sense by Bruning, dodging that screen set up by Campbell. Boynton looking inside for Pate. Can't find her. Ramsey, that was almost a moving screen. Campbell, turnaround shot, no good, no foul called. Boynton puts it back up, no foul, no call, no shot, no score. I'll get my tongue untied. But we've got a foul going to be called on for Faria Bibbs.
And it's a real good thing that Lipscomb hasn't been able to hit those 3 and 4 footers just inside.
Timeout called by IPFW. 17:32 to go. Score: Mastodons 48, Bison 41. You're watching IPFW basketball on Cowboys 56 Sports.
Going to college is something many people plan and save for, but in these days of tight budgets, that can be a scary proposition. And what about colleges and universities themselves? How do they face budget crunches? Is there anything the institutions or their alumni can do to get more funding? I'm Jeanette Liu, and I'll have the answers to these and other questions on this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56.
You're looking at head coach Bruce Patterson, one of his assistants, Alan Buck. 17:32 left to go, and Lipscomb trails IPFW 48-41, but they've controlled play for the first 2.5 minutes of the second half.
They've been very aggressive for these first 2.5 minutes.
Courtney Boynton is going to be at the line to shoot 2. For the year, she's 74% at the foul line. Misses the first. Boynton, the leading scorer, averaging 12 points a game for Lipscomb. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Carey, and a good block out by Lindy Carey. And the ball coming right at us. Annie Timmons, one of the officials, talking to the clock operators. It's going to be Mastodon ball. Okay, they've reset the shot clock to 28. Ball knocked out of bounds. Pass intended for Carey.
Good thing she ducked, or that ball would have been off of her and out of bounds.
Amy Geralds will try it again.
Lindsay Daly's getting very aggressive on the offense.
Carey off the iron on the shot, no good. Daly with the rebound, and here comes Lipscomb. Ramsey brings it up. Boynton, 15-footer, no good. Rebound fought for. They say off of Lipscomb last. And Lipscomb's come out the aggressor to start the second half.
Yes, they really have. Fortunately, they've missed a couple of those easy shots underneath.
Lindy Carey inbounding. Full court man-to-man being applied now by Lipscomb. Bruning, the point guard, brings it up. Geralds fakes the 3. Bibbs in the block. Watched by Pate. And she travels with the basketball. So Katie Beth Pate, who has blocked 54 shots coming into this game, didn't block the shot, but she altered the movement and forced a turnover.
Yeah. Caused a little intimidation.
Bruning on a steal. 17-footer, no good. Fight for the loose ball underneath, and Lipscomb comes down with it. Daly to Boynton. Knocked out of bounds by Geralds.
Always a dangerous move defensively to reach around behind. You may not look like a foul, but they can get you sometimes.
IPFW with 3 players having 3 fouls each. Got to be careful. Still a long way to go, 16 and a half minutes. Boynton, Ramsey on the wing, watched by Amy Geralds. 7 on the shot clock. Daly, cross-court pass. 3-pointer up and in by Courtney Boynton.
Deep in the shot clock, too. And a turnover. Couldn't quite get the handle on the ball.
So Lipscomb, as Angie Esther checks into the lineup, and she'll replace Katie Beth Pate. One advantage for IPFW, the size differential just decreased.
Yeah.
Boynton to inbound it. The lead is down to 4, 48-44. Daly to Ramsey, looking for a little 2-man game. Monica Blake up the glass and in.
She didn't miss that one in close.
Monica Blake brings Lipscomb to within 2 with under 16 minutes to go. Closest the Bison have been in quite some time. Gerald's carry, jumper, in and out, no. Ramsey with the rebound. Hounded by Maggie Bruning, no call made. Ramsey a little flustered almost. Watch the pick. And now they're going to call a foul on Maggie Bruning.
Bad decision to reach across the body with the offhand. She would reach across with the left hand.
First foul on Maggie, and we've got immediate timeout. 15:29 to go, our score. IPFW 48, Lipscomb 46. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
Hi. I was wondering if you wanted to go out maybe or something, if you had time.
I can tell by your excitable behavior and verbal faux pas that you have generalized anxiety with paranoid tendencies. It would never work.
Okay, thanks.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Maas, Dave Scouten with you from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. 15:29 left in the second half. The IPFW lead has been chopped down to 2 points, 48-46.
And the rebounding advantage in this second half has definitely gone to Lipscomb. They had a 1 rebound lead at halftime, but now they're out-rebounding IPFW by 7.
28-21. Boynton with 7 rebounds, and in the first half total, she had 4, so she's picked up 3 here in the early moments of the second half. She will inbound the basketball to Ramsey. IPFW in the man-to-man defense. Boynton wants to drive on nicely. Off the glass, no. Put back by Blake is no good, but she draws a foul and shoot 2.
Yeah, and it's on Amy Geralds.
That is her second.
The only positive there is it's better than being on Tiara. Or not Tiara, but Vera Bibbs.
Monica Blake, 64% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Oh, that's interesting.
Very
reminds me of my days. Not exactly straight up.
And on the second one, she moves. No, now she moves over a step. She's found something she's comfortable with, and that's all you need at the free throw line. Something that you're comfortable with.
She makes them both, ties the game at 48. Lynn Roller in the game now.
And we've played less than 5 minutes here in the second half.
48 apiece. Nicely looking for somebody. Gets it to Bruning. And there's no 10-second call in women's basketball, but you do have 30 seconds to get the shot off. Bruning to nicely on the right wing. Lipscomb stepping up to defensive pressure. Nice feed to Bibbs underneath. Faria puts it up and in.
Nice pass. Nice cut. They needed that.
6 points for Faria Bibbs. The Mastodons retake the lead, 50-48. Logan. Esther. Boynton down to 7 on the shot clock. Logan, watched by O'Connell, forces it up. No, but they get the offensive rebound and put back. Angie Esther. We're tied again at 50.
And the Bison is getting the most out of the shot clock almost every time down.
They now own a 30-21 advantage on the glass. And Gerald just has it go off her hands.
For a
turnover number 12.
And the turnovers are getting pretty even now.
You get a look at the Lipscomb bench there. Bison with a chance to take the lead for the first time since early in the ballgame. Logan. Esther. Inside to Blake. Turnaround shot off of Gerald's up and in. Monica Blake with 6 points.
Very aggressive move inside. And full court pressure. It's not exactly a trapping pressure, but it's just picking them up all over the court.
Courtney nicely banks one off the glass and in. Courtney with 7 points, and we're tied at 52 with 13:30 to go. Now the Dons got to play some good D. Logan turnaround jumper, no good. Nicely kicks it out to Amy Geralds.
How's that?
2-on-1. Amy drives on roller, puts it up and in, and she's fouled. Well, Courtney nicely with a no-look pass.
And she did one of those things when you save the ball under the other team's basket, throw it as deep as you can. Good things happen. Well, it sure did.
In this case, it did, because Amy Geralds got the pass, and then she drove on Lynn Roller, made the bucket, forced the foul, has a chance for a three-point play, and it's given IPFW to lead back at 54-52. For Roller, that's foul number 2, and Amy Geralds knocks down the free throw. Big three-point play. Mark that down in your book with 13:17 to go.
Yeah, that was a big one. All started by Courtney Nicely's hustle underneath the basket to save the ball.
Ramsey being hounded by Maggie Bruning. Gets it to Roller. Roller looking. Whistle underneath. They're going to call a foul on Lipscomb underneath. Monica Blake picks up her second. Team second.
Didn't see what she did, but probably jockeying for position.
Courtney Nicely being watched by Kendra Ramsey. Dribbles right side. Cross-court pass to O'Connell, just inside the arc. No. Pate with a rebound. Bison on the run. Ramsey inside to Blake. Over Jenny Green. No. Fight for the rebound. Jenny Green comes down and gives it to Maggie Bruning, and then she's got a foul. Or is fouled, I should say.
And again, it's on 55. Monica Blake.
Good look at Amy Geralds getting a momentary break in the action. For Blake, it's her third foul. She sits down and is replaced by Carrie Campbell.
And Carrie Campbell has also been very active underneath the basket.
Maggie Bruning bringing it up. IPFW lead is 3. 55-52. Nicely watched by Logan. Bruning. 10 on the shot clock. Pass intended for Jenny Green. Too hard. Off her hands. Another turnover for the Mastodons. Here comes Logan. Ramsey for 3. In and out. No good. Pate with those long arms puts it up and in.
Yeah, she doesn't jump much, but she can sure reach high.
She's matched her season average of 10 points. The lead down to 1, 55-54. Nicely driving on Logan. Kicks it back out to Maggie Bruning. Jenny Green. Jenny Green's going to take it down, drive it up. No. Bibbs with the offensive board, and she's fouled by Daly underneath. For Daly, that's her second foul. Team fourth. And we've got immediate timeout. 11:28 to go. Our score, Mastodons 55, Bison 54. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports. Well, you get a look at the IPFW cheerleading team performing in front of the home fans here at the Heritage Sports Center. 55-54, 11:28 to go, and Dave Scouten, you just said to me, I think it's going to be a barn burner the rest of the way.
Right down to the end, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's been one of those where both teams have played very hard, played well in spurts, and then had some other spurts, and here we are after nearly 28 minutes of play with very little advantage. 1 point for the home team.
It will be IPFW basketball. Courtney Nicely has it. Gets it into Maggie Bruning. O'Connell, Elmore, and Green also on the floor for the blue and white. Nicely spin move off the glass and in. Courtney Nicely loves that move.
That's her second nice move on the right side here and going one-on-one.
Brings the lead up to 3, 57-54. And we're going to have Ashley Elmore called for her 4th foul.
Yeah.
Fourth team foul, 4th personal foul on Elmore. And you know they're going to try to get the ball into Katie Beth Pate now. Logan in the lane, fires, misses. That ball pops out of bounds, and they say it's off of Lipscomb last.
Yeah, I think Katie Logan, or not Katie, but
Katie
Renee
Beth
Logan.
Pate.
Renee Logan, I think that time knocked it out.
Elmore will inbound it to Bruning. Big possession for the Mastodons. They're up by 3 and need to increase it to a 2-possession game. Nicely cut off. Elmore, foul line, foul, no foul. They say blocked by Peyton. Now they're going to call a foul the other way. Foul on Jenny Green. Bruce Patterson wanted a foul called on Pate. First foul on Green, and that's a interesting chain of events.
Yes, it was. Block up top, and then not much contact, but enough that prompted the official to call a foul.
5th team foul on the Mastodons. Here comes Lipscomb, trailing by 3. Pate now watched by Bibbs.
They've got a different offensive set this time. They've got the big people way outside.
Campbell around the
Now
horn,
she's back.
Boynton for 3, knocks it down and ties it up. Courtney Boynton with her second 3 of the second half. She now has 10. They're tied at 57. O'Connell inside to Bibbs, spin move, turnaround jumper, gets the friendly bounce.
Yes, she did. But she put it up there nice and softly and let it fall in.
Bibbs now with 8 points. Don's back on top by 2. Ramsey looking for somebody, gets it to Campbell. Ball stolen by Maggie Bruning.
Maggie came in from behind that time on the defense.
Bruning cut off, turns around, baseline jumper, in and out, no good. Campbell with the rebound for Lipscomb. One of those halfway down shots again,
Yes,
Doc.
it was.
Ramsey, top of the key. Campbell blows right by Green and is fouled by Green. She missed the shot. She'll have to earn him at the stripe. For Jenny Green, it's foul number 2. Team foul number 6.
Campbell has been 3 for 4 at the line so far tonight.
And she just blew right by Jenny Green.
Yes, she did.
Carrie Campbell makes the first one. Amy Gerald's back in the lineup for Jenny Green. Angie Esther back in the lineup for Katie Beth Pate. One more free throw coming for Carrie Campbell. Chance to tie the game at 59. And she does. 9:28 to go.
9.5 minutes to see who's going to be the winner.
Bruning, watched by Boynton. Gerald fires a 3, off the iron, no. Courtney nicely with the rebound, puts it back up and in.
And she's using the glass very, very well. Each of her last 3 shots have been off the glass and in.
6 second half points for Courtney Nicely, sophomore from Lebanon. Daly, cross court pass to Boynton, fires a 3 and hits.
She's warming up.
She's got 3 3-point field goals here in the second half. 13 points overall, and the Bison have a 62-61 lead. Amy Geralds. Being watched by Campbell. Bruning.
Needs some good patience on the offense.
Nice move by Maggie Bruning. The shot just doesn't fall, but she will shoot 2. Daly is charged with her 3rd foul. 5th on Lipscomb. So Maggie Bruning, who scored 9 points in the first half, including 2 free throws, makes the first one here. Ties the game at 62. Blake in the lineup for Campbell, Carey in the lineup for O'Connell.
And Blake and Campbell are almost interchangeable for Lipscomb. They both play similar kinds of games.
Roller replaces Daly for Lipscomb. One more free throw coming from Maggie Bruning can give the Mastodons the lead. And she does.
Both teams now with a much shorter lineup than they have been playing with most of the game.
Maggie Bruning 4 of 4 at the stripe this afternoon. As a team, the Mastodons are 13 of 15. Logan almost has it stolen by Amy. In fact, it's off of Roller. I thought it was off of Gerald's, but
I thought she kicked it.
Send the Christmas card.
That's right.
Turnover number 15 for Lipscomb. Gerald's gets it into Nicely. Boys, Courtney Nicely played well today. Oh, nice pick. They're going to call foul on Bruning. I think, I'm not sure if it's a case of the feet or the shoulders. I think her feet were set, but the official was saying that she put her shoulder.
The forearm.
And for her, Maggie, it's her 2nd foul, but it's 7th team foul. I'm surprised they didn't shoot.
Offensive foul, maybe.
Maggie didn't have the ball, though, however.
That's right, you're right.
Boynton kicks it out to Roller, back inside. Blake off the glass, no. Bruning with the rebound. Long outlet pass to Amy Geralds. Amy takes it strong, puts it in, and she's, no! They say she traveled with the basketball.
Never put it on the floor.
And we've got immediate timeout. 7:52, time for everyone to catch their breath. Our score, IPFW 63, Lipscomb 62. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
You may have noticed IPFW's basketball games are a lot more fun this year, thanks to our very own pep band. Hi, I'm Krista Markham.
I'm Matt Ehrman. And I'm Barry Sturgill, Stop Band Director. The Stop Band is looking for more members, and we want you to join.
This is a great chance to be a part of a new tradition at IPFW and meet lots of great people, too.
So dust off those jumpers, pull the boots out of the attic, and join us at the next game.
Call 260-481-6166 for more information on how you can share your school spirit and IPFW pride.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Mize, Dave Scouten with you here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. 7:52 left. IPFW clinging to a 63-62 lead. Amy Geralds just had a basket negated. The official said she traveled with the basketball. A call that did not make head coach Bruce Patterson very happy. Monica Blake will inbound it. There we go, horn number 2.
Lipscomb possession. And IPFW with full court pressure.
Roller brings it right on up. Watched by Maggie Bruning.
IPFW
Logan, I'm sorry.
Very aggressive on the defense at the moment.
Courtney Boynton for 3, misses it. Bruning with another rebound.
Yeah.
For Maggie, that's 6 rebounds now. Nicely kicks it back out. Gerald's on the left side, wants to drive, forces it up, off the glass and in. Amy Gerald's now with 17 points. It's a 3-point Mastodon lead with 7:10 to go. Roller up top to Boynton.
They need to keep that in defensive intensity high.
Blake double team, throws it off Hister's hands, out of bounds. Turnover, Lipscomb. Daly, Ramsey back in the lineup for the Bison. Get a look at head coach Frank Bennett and the Lipscomb bench.
And Lipscomb's applying the full court pressure again.
Carey going to try to inbound it to Maggie Bruning. And here's where that junior leadership from Maggie Bruning can come into play.
Yeah, Maggie's a strong player with the ball, so she's hard to take it away from her.
Drives it all the way. Count it. Do they count it?
Oh, I think so.
Count the bucket. And Esther is called for her second foul. I wasn't sure they were going to count the bucket. Big bucket for Maggie.
See if we can stretch this back out to a 6-point lead.
Pate back in the lineup for Esther for Lipscomb. Maggie Bruning makes the three-point play.
Maggie's had some key points here in the second half.
She sure has. 68-62, 6:43 to go. Mastodons trying for their third win in a row. Lipscomb going after their fourth victory in a row. Daly off of Logan's hands, out of bounds. Turnover number 17 on Lipscomb. And Lipscomb calls a 30-second timeout.
A couple of Lipscomb players look like they're getting tired.
Well, 6.5 minutes to go. We're up by 6. Defensively, what does IPFW have to do right now?
Just keep the pressure on, because they've been doing a good job of that for the last 3 or 4 minutes of play, really pressuring the ball handlers and making it difficult for Lipscomb to get anything set up on the offense.
So we mentioned Lipscomb, like IPFW, is an independent this year, but starting in the fall of 2003, they will be a member of the Atlantic Sun Conference, where they'll be playing teams such as Jacksonville State, Georgia State, Campbell, Belmont, Gardner-Webb, Stanford, Central Florida, Florida Atlantic, Troy State, Mercer, Stetson, and Jacksonville.
That'll be a good conference. Relatively young conference.
Back to the action. Courtney nicely with the ball for IPFW. In the lane, stops, pops, in and out, no. Pate with the rebound, gets it to Bibbs. Furia Bibbs puts it up and in. And that time, Furia Bibbs just hung in there, took it away from Katie Beth Pate.
Yeah, Pate is not a real strong player. She's tall and got a long reach, but she's not extremely strong.
Logan misses the jumper. They say off of Blake Last. It's Mastodon ball. Campbell and Boynton back in the lineup after a short rest for Lipscomb. And boy, Furia Bibbs, Johnny on the spot there.
Yes, you take any kind you can get.
Carey gets it into Bruning. Maggie going to run the show nicely. Inside to Bibbs, double teamed. Faria gets it back in nicely. Slasher misses the shot. Carey fights for the rebound. And they're going to call a jump ball in the arm possession. It should go IPFW. 5:50 to go. Gerald's will inbound it. Big possession for the Mastodons.
Zone defense
Bruning
on the inbound.
Nicely for 3, yes!
Big bucket, big bucket.
Courtney nicely with 9 points in the second half alone. 14 in the ball game. And the lead is back up to 11.
And that's a 10-0 run by the Mastodons at a very critical time here in the ball game.
Ramsey drives on Bruning, pops it up and in. For Kendra Ramsey, that's her first points of the day.
She was pretty intent that time. She took it one-on-one and took it right to the hoop.
73-64, 5:16 to go. Bruning to Nicely. Courtney Nicely gives it back to Bruning. Lob pass inside for Bibbs, taken away by Pate. And those long arms.
Yeah.
Nice idea. But
the lob didn't have quite enough lob on it.
Ramsey inside for Blake, knocked away, picked up by Gerald's. Amy taking it all the way. Misses the layup. Ramsey with the rebound.
Both teams beginning to show a little fatigue.
Ramsey off a Campbell pick. Give and go. Pass it stolen by Bibbs.
Vieira is alert, and she's playing good ball.
19 turnovers now on Lipscomb. 4.5 minutes to go. Timeout called by Bruce Patterson. 30-second timeout. Let's take a quick break. 73-64 our score. Mastodons on top. You're watching IPFW basketball on Cowboys 56 Sports.
Going to college is something many people plan and save for, but in these days of tight budgets, that can be a scary proposition. And what about colleges and universities themselves? How do they face budget crunches? Is there anything the institutions or their alumni can do to get more funding? I'm Jeanette Liu, and I'll have the answers to these and other questions on this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon on College Cable Access Channel 56.
.427 to go. Mastodons lead Lipscomb 73-64. Mike Miles, Dave Skelton with you here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Jessica Ramey in the lineup now, replacing Bruning, running the point for IPFW.
I expect Maggie will get a short break just to catch her breath and then be right back in there.
Gerald drives the lane, misses the shot. Bibbs fight for the rebound, but it's pulled down by Campbell. Stolen by Amy Gerald.
She was just hanging back there waiting for that. Good alert play by Amy.
Under 4 minutes. Now the Dons will try to run some clock and run a play. Gerald's to Bibbs. To Carey. Perimeter passing nicely. Couldn't find Gerald's underneath. Now gets it to her outside. 8 in the shot clock. 3-point shot on the way. Yes! Big possession, IPFW. Big bucket, Amy Gerald.
Nice patience by the team to work that shot clock down.
The lead up to 12 with 3.5 minutes to go. Campbell. Daly up top. Boynton going to fire a three. Yes, Courtney Boynton. 4 3-point field goals here in the second half.
And that was a long-range three.
76-67. The lead down to 9 with 3:12 to go. Nicely watched by Boynton. Nicely taking it all the way in. Dishes off to Bibbs off the glass. No. Fight for the rebound underneath. Carey fires it up. No good, and we got a foul called underneath. Foul's going to be called on Daly.
Lindy Carey will go to the line with a couple of big free throws here.
4 fouls now on Lindsay Daly.
Need to cash in on every opportunity.
Lindy Carey, the freshman from Leo High School, has been starting at the 4 spot as of late. 2 big free throws. First one in and out. Elmore and Bruning in a lineup for IPFW. Blake and Ramsey in a lineup for Lipscomb.
Lindy's a good shooter. She'll relax. She got the feel on that first one.
Good look at the freshman from Leo High School. Makes the second. And we've got our final media timeout of the afternoon. So let's take a break. 3:02 to go. Our score, IPFW 77, Lipscomb 67. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
That book was all right. But the next book.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Miles, Dave Skelton with you here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. 3 minutes, 2 seconds left. IPFW leading the Bison of Lipscomb University of Nashville, Tennessee, 77-67. As you get a look at the Mastodon in attendance today. And Doc, IPFW has hung in there. Lipscomb, give them credit.
Yeah.
They came back with a vengeance. They were down by, I believe, as many as 18 in the first half. And they cut it to 1, 63-62, and then we went on a run. And right now we're up by 10.
It's at that point where these last 3 minutes, IPFW just had to play real hard. Aggressive. There we go.
There's a turnover.
Pick off that ball.
Now,
be patient on the offense.
Little clock management here. Bruning up top. And it goes off on Nicely's hands. Took her eye off it for a split second. Turnover number 15 for IPFW. Lipscomb's turned the ball over 21 times. 2:48 on the game clock. Blake gets it into Esther. I'm sorry, Ramsey rather. 14, not 44. I'll get my glasses fixed one of these days. Logan, watched by Amy Geralds. Bounce pass in the block to Pate. Back to Logan, two-man game. Jumper up and in for Renee Logan. It's 6 points now for Renee. 77-69, foul going to be called on Ramsey. Maggie Bruning will go to the line, shooting 1 and bonus. Second team foul, second personal foul, 8th team foul.
Important free throws coming here. Sure would be nice to get that lead back to 10.
Maggie Bruning on the afternoon. 14 points, 4 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range, 5 of 5 at the line. Toss in 7 rebounds and 8 assists.
Pretty productive afternoon, huh?
First free throw is good, and boy, has she improved her foul shooting. She gets 1 more. Chance to get it back up to a 10-point lead with 2:22 to go. And she does. Maggie Bruning, 7 of 7 at the foul line this afternoon. That's 16 points. Logan.
Clock is their favor now.
Boynton fires from 3 off the rim. No, Bruning with another rebound. And if there's any star of the game, it may be Maggie Bruning this afternoon.
She may not be very big, but she's a competitor.
Under 2 minutes to go. Maggie burning some clock. 10 on the shot clock. Drives on Logan. Forces it up. Count it. Will they count it?
We'll see. I think so.
We'll take the break. It might have been what you call the WNBA continuation.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. We'll take it.
Foul was on Roller, her 3rd, team 9th. And Bruning makes the 3-point play.
She stays perfect at the free throw line.
19 points for Maggie this afternoon.
This has to be her best effort.
And Monica Blake just threw it away. 22nd turnover. Daly, Campbell, and Esther back in the lineup for Lipscomb. With 1:41 to go. Bison down 13, 82-69. Amy Geralds to inbound it to Bruning. But she'd like to burn off 27 seconds. Maggie Bruning to Nicely. And she's fouled, I believe, by Boynton.
Well, it was a good foul if you're going to foul. They didn't wait to get too deep into the shot clock.
Second foul on Courtney, but more important, 10th team foul on Lipscomb. So Courtney Nicely at the line for 2.
Yeah.
And Courtney today, 14 points. Make it 15. First free throw is good.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mike, a week from today, these two teams play each other again down on Lipscomb's home
This
court.
time down in Nashville, where I think it's going to be a little bit warmer than it is here in Fort Wayne.
Although they've been having a pretty good winter down there, too.
Second free throw good by Courtney. She checks out, 16 points, replaced by Michelle Mano, freshman out of suburban Detroit. Makes her first appearance today. Tiara, now we got a whistle. Tiara Dudley was trying to get in. They're going to let her in, replacing Elmore.
Minute 29.
84-69, the lead is 15. Renee Logan, bring it up. Logan gives it off to Daly. Daly, pass intended for Esther, knocked away. Shot up and missed, I believe, by
Campbell,
and I think she draws the foul. A lot of bodies flying down there.
I think Coach Patterson would be very happy from here on out if there were no fouls. Keep that clock running.
That foul was on Nicole Ely, who I didn't catch had come into the lineup. Transfer from St. Francis.
She just came in at that last exchange.
Campbell makes them both.
She's had a good day.
Yes, she has. 7 of 8 at the foul line. 84-71. Down to a minute 5. Mano, Geralds, and boy, they've got some ball handlers and hopefully some free throw shooters. Also getting 2 freshmen with some valuable experience in the lineup. Geralds, watched by Daly, under a minute. Geralds, double team, now kicks it off underneath and she's fouled. Amy Geralds with a smile will head to the foul line to shoot 2. Foul is on Lindsay Daly and she fouls out. 48.6 seconds to go. I'm going to get a look at Nicole Ely briefly. And Lindsay Daly fouls out, having scored 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist on the afternoon. She'll be replaced by Lynn Roller.
Number 22, Lynn Roller. In the ball game to the vice.
Kelly Boyd going to come in.
Substitution.
I believe. Nope, she can't come in yet.
Coming in for the shooter.
She's going to be in for Amy Geralds. Amy Geralds on the afternoon, 7 of 15 from the floor, 4 of 8 from three-point range. Good look at the junior from Beech Grove. Makes her 3rd free throw out of 4 attempts.
Mike, you mentioned earlier that this Mastodon team's going for 3 in a row, and they're going to get it. This is going to be the first one, though, where they've had any breathing space at the end of the game.
First time all year. 2nd free throw coming for Amy. She makes it. And she will check out with a team-high 22 points on the afternoon. Mastodons have 4 players in double figures. 86-71. Logan bringing it up quickly. Boynton, boy, she played well, especially in the second half for Lipscomb. Roller, Esther, shot up, no good, gets her own rebound, fires it up again, no good, but she's fouled. And with 32.5 seconds to go, Angie Esther will shoot 2. Foul is on Tiara Dudley, her 2nd, team 9th. And at the line, Angie Esther, just 2 of 3 so far today at the stripe. Knocks down the first.
Well, this victory is going to be a good overall effort by the entire Mastodon team. Everybody on the bench has played. Everybody has contributed. And some people have contributed more points than normal. Maggie Bruning with 19, probably a career high for her here at IPFW. Pretty nicely with 16. Very good effort.
Kelly Boyd in the lineup now for IPFW. Ramey with the ball. Mano, Ely, Dudley. Mano, going to try to burn the clock. About a second, 1.7-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Ramey into Boyd, off the glass, no! But the rebound's kicked back out, and now they don't even have to take a shot.
Might as well take one.
Ely fires it and hits at the buzzer. Oh, Ely in the book. And the horn goes off to end the ball game. Our final score today, IPFW 86, Lipscomb 73.
Some brief discussion with the officials on what's happening here. They want 0.4 seconds on the clock at 1.1.
No, it's not an official game yet, 1.1. Now they're putting 4 seconds. 0.4 seconds. Yeah. Okay, 0.4. Still 88-73, barring a miracle.
It's academic.
There it is. IPFW with their 3rd win in a row. They are now 6-15 on the year. Snaps the Lipscomb 3-game winning streak. Bison fought at 10-13. And I know we don't have too much time, Doc, so let's get into some of these numbers real quick as the players congratulate each other. IPFW on the afternoon, 29 of 65 from the floor for 45%, 8 of 15 from three-point range for 53%, 22 of 25 at the line for 88%.
Excellent shooting.
They were led by Amy Geralds with 22 points. Maggie Bruning, what can you say? Maggie Bruning, 19 points, including 1 of 1 at the from three-point range, 8 of 8 at the foul line, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 19 points overall. Great performance from Maggie. 16 points from Courtney Nicely, including 5 of 6 at the line, 5 rebounds.
And Courtney hit 3 field goals that were just a critical time for the Dons when they were trying to stretch that back out.
Faria Bibbs, 10 points, 4 of 7 shooting, 5 rebounds. They were the Mastodons in double figures. 9 points from Lindy Carey, 6 points from Hillary O'Connell. Let's see, who am I missing? 4 points from Tiara Dudley, and 2 points there at the end from Nicole Ely. For Lipscomb, they were 24 of 60 from the floor for 40%, 5 of 18 from three-point range for 28%, 20 of 25 at the foul line for 80%. They were led by Courtney Boynton. Their leading scorer had 16 points, 15 points for Carrie Campbell, 10 points apiece from Angie Esther and Katie Beth Pate. They're 6'5" freshmen. They were the only Bison in double figures. 6 points apiece from Renee Logan and Monica Blake, 5 points from Lindsay Daly, 3 points from Lynn Roller, and 2 points from Kendra Ramsey. Other quick numbers, Doc. Turnovers a big factor. IPFW turned the ball over only 15 times. Lipscomb turned it over 22 times. There were 3 blocks for the Mastodons, 2 for the Bison. 13 steals by IPFW today as opposed to 5 for Lipscomb. Points in the paint favored IPFW 20-16. Points off of turnovers. And this is what cost IPFW a couple of ball games.
Yeah.
IPFW turned the 22 Lipscomb turnovers into 31 points. Lipscomb turned the 15 IPFW turnovers into 11 points. That's your 20-point differential right there.
Big differential.
Second chance points, 23-20 in favor of Lipscomb. But all in all, as you said earlier, a very well-balanced team effort by IPFW this afternoon.
Good positive turnout and a good positive performance just by the entire team. Their energy level was high. They got a little tired at a couple of spots, but they played through those tired spots and came home with a victory here today.
I want to remind you to tune in to College 56 tomorrow evening, Sunday evening, February 9th. I'll get my calendar right. Sunday evening, February 9th, 7 o'clock, for the replay of this afternoon's women's basketball game with Lipscomb University. Again, Sunday, February 9th, 7 o'clock, here on College 56. Upcoming live events here on College 56. 1 week from today, Doug Knoll's men's basketball team will take to the floor against Youngstown State. The Penguins coming to town. Tip-off at 3 p.m. On Saturday, February 15th, men's volleyball against Penn State. Saturday the 15th at 7 p.m. And on Saturday the 22nd, men's volleyball when Loyola of Chicago comes to town. Again, first serve at 7 p.m. A lot of good action coming up here on College 56 Sports. Doc, it's been fun. Enjoyed it.
Great afternoon.
At this time, we want to thank the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPFW Office of University Relations and Communications for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted, the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports, and we thank you for joining us for this game. For Dave Scout, this is Mike Moss saying so long for now. Once again, our final score this afternoon, IPFW 88, Lipscomb University 73. Until next week, we wish you a fond farewell from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW.